Dan Campbell held a coachless practice. Now, here's the deal. When I was a player at Indiana, Bob Knight told myself, and I was a junior, and a senior named Chuck Franz, we're not practicing. What are you talking about? You guys are doing the practice. You don't want to listen to me? You do the practice. We're not doing any game preparation. We had boards up, players and all this stuff, individual personnel characteristics. Coach Knight, we're not doing it. Now we're getting ready to go play Scott Skiles, Kevin Willis, Sam Vincent, Michigan State at Michigan State. So what are you going to do? Somebody's got to take control. I start running practice. Knight kind of scripts it. He calls me over in the middle of practice and cusses me out and tells me, you know what you should do, Dakich? I said, Coach, I don't. What do I know? You all should get in a circle around our center, Uwe Blop, everybody get a ball and just throw it at him. I go, what's that going to do? It's going to make him catch better. I said, okay, we're going to do it. We put Uwe in the middle. We're firing balls at him. It was like dodgeball in a circle. Uwe was cussing at us in both German, Spanish, and English. English being the worst. We didn't care. We were firing because Coach told us. They didn't coach. None of the coaches coached us. None of the coaches were there for our preparation. Knight's fat, was riding an old Schwinn Aerodyne bike at the end of the practice court. You know what happened? We won. We went into Michigan State with mine and Chuck Franz's scouting report, and we won. You know what the worst part of that was? I walked into the bathroom at the old Jennison Center, and in the locker room, it was the athletic department locker room. The toilet didn't have partitions. I walked in to go to the bathroom, and there's Coach Knight on the dumpster. No doors around him. He looks up, he goes, Dakich, that was pretty good. I'm like, I know, I should scout every game. Don't get it. And he's just letting one fly. It's a true story. All right, fast forward. This true story, he's sitting there. He was happy, though, because we won. I mean, damn, Skiles, Willis, Kevin Willis played in the NBA 100 years, Sam Vincent 100 years. It might have been the highlight of my coaching career. I don't know. So fast forward. Here comes the Lions. Now, this was different. Dan Campbell said, I want to see if our players can take ownership. So this guy, Danny Rogers. Wait, I think I know Danny Rogers. Danny Rogers says, hey, here's the practice. You ready? Here's the practice. Okay, what are we going to do? You know what we're going to do? We're going to practice without, I know Danny Rogers. Danny Rogers is awesome. Danny Rogers should be on every single NFL broadcast. She is the fiance of my son's college roommate. Yeah, that's right. Mark Donnell. Danny's awesome. So here's what Danny had to say. The Lions just went through an entire player-led practice. No coaches were out on the field besides Campbell. He quietly observed. See, Coach Knight's fat, was on a Schwinn Aerodyne. Taylor Decker said it was a unique practice. He's never experienced one like that before. Decker said it shows trust that this staff can rely on players to go out and get good work done on their own. Quarterback Tim Boyle. He said Lions coaches certainly scripted the practice, and they're probably already in meeting rooms watching films to see if their calls played out in the practice. That's pretty cool. That's very cool. When I sent this to my guys, Dylan and Ryan, I didn't realize that Danny had done that. I like it. Good for you, Danny Rogers. When the Lions win a big game, we're going to get Danny Rogers on the daggone show because Danny Rogers is a future star. I remember saying that about Taylor Rooks. Now look at Taylor Rooks. I remember she was a student in Champaign. I'm like, Taylor, you're going to be a superstar. And she was. But anyway, coachless practice. We had it 100 years ago because, well, frankly, we had lost a game and Coach Knight was not happy and did not want to coach us. I didn't blame him. that team only went to the Elite Eight. We weren't good enough. But the truth of the matter is, this is done to get players to talk, to get players to communicate, to get players to lead. You know, we'll have Tom Izzo coming up before college basketball starts, and Izzo and other coaches are always talking about one thing: player-led teams. You got to have a player-led team. Player-led team this, player-led team that. How do you get a player-led team? You put the onus on the players to lead the damn team.